type of slavery that never happened to nobody else. Slave ships, getting sold on auction blocks, your name changed into a white person last name, and you having family reunions upholding that name. Why do so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans go through this type of oppression? Y'all think the answer is the Bible? Oh, yes it is. You about to find out. We are God's servants because why? We read this Bible, we examine ourselves and say, listen, we got to do what the Bible says to do. So to become God's servant, we got to obey God's word. The people, the real servants of God is the 12 tribes of Israel that keep God's commandments. All right, read. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges. So once we read and understood this book and started putting on the words in this book, God commanded us to do something. He commanded us to come out to the streets where our people are. That's why he said highways. Y'all see the highways and the hedges, right? This is the corner. This is what we really supposed to do. This is what we supposed to do before we go on the street. So look what we're supposed to be doing. Read it. And compel them. And compel who? Them. Them is you guys. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you are God's chosen. You don't get that. And compel them to come in. See, God commanded us to compel you, mean what? Convince you that you need to come in and start serving God. Why? Because no matter Hosea 4 and 6, God says the state of his people right now is in a bad state. One of the biggest reasons is because you don't know who you are, right? So when you look on this side right here, all right, so on this side right here is what our colonizers named us. Right. What do y'all see yourself on that side right there? What would you put on your job application? What would you refer yourself to? What they call y'all? Us. Black. American black, right? So y'all see y'all believe in the Bible. Can we find American black in the Bible? So we know that we got that name from who? A white man, right? But we carry that on as if that's who we are. You know why? Because this right here, read it. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people. God said his people. He's not talking about everybody. God's people are the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, which today are being called African Americans, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because their name got changed during slavery. Right. That's what happened to us. But we're going to get to that too. We're going to get to that. All right? Here we go. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Now, when you think about the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, would you say that we destroyed everything? Destroyed everything. Meaning, do we have a nation to, like, if somebody wrongfully killed one of our young black men, who gonna fight for us? No. What country's gonna come to our aid? Nobody. Nobody. No, so we're not together. Are we gathered together in one mind as a black? We hurt each other, right? Before the white man hurt us, we hurt each other, right? So God said we are destroyed as a nation of people, period. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. He said the reason we're destroyed, though, is because we lack his knowledge. Because you know black men think they got all the knowledge. Right. Negroes feel like they got, you can't tell a black person nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But God said we're destroyed for lack of his knowledge, right? What do y'all think God's knowledge is? What is God's knowledge? What is knowledge? What do y'all think? Knowledge is like something that you need to know that educates you and to make you do better, right? Yeah. So what do y'all think God's knowledge is? Because God said we lack his knowledge. That's why we went to slavery. This type of slavery doesn't happen to nobody else. Slave ships, getting sold on auction blocks, your name changed into a white person last name, and you having family reunions upholding that name. We uphold the white man last name because this is hard. Why? Because we're lacking in something. We lack as a nation of people. Why did it happen to only us? The Asian man know where they come from. The Arabs know where they come from. Why do so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans go through this type of oppression? Y'all think the answer in the Bible? Oh, yes it is. You about to find out. You about to find out why. Because this Bible is our history book. This Bible, I'm going to prove to y'all that we are the Israelites. This Bible was written to the Israelites, it's for the Israelites, and it's talking about the Israelites. You about to prove it. Because he said, my people, he said, knowledge. He said, we are destroyed for the lack of his knowledge. Now let's see what God's knowledge is, right? Malachi. What's your name, man? What's your name? Dan. Who? Dan. Shannon? the Israelites. We're proving today who the Israelites are today. All right? Read.
Malachi chapter 2 and verse 7.
By the knowledge, read.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
So God said his priests should be under the words that come out of their mouth should be knowledge, his knowledge, right? Keep reading.
And they should seek the law.
He said, you who listening to the priest, the pastors, y'all should be seeking what?
And they should seek the law.
What?
The law at his mouth.
So God said his knowledge is his laws. His laws, go back to Hosea 4 and 6. So God said we are destroyed because we lack what? What is that knowledge? The laws of God. The laws of God. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Let's see if that's true. Name me a law right now of God that you keep. It's hard, eh?
Yeah.
That means you lacking in that area. You're not keeping God's laws. What about you, sis? You can't. What about you, Chad? We don't even know God's laws, so we know good well we ain't keeping God's laws, right? So God said what? His priests, his pastors, is supposed to be teaching you guys his laws. Y'all go to church? Have y'all been to church?
Yeah.
So y'all been to church. We grew up in the church. I grew up made us go.
Yeah.
So we should be knowing God's laws. So God said his pastors is going to teach you his laws. But not damn one of y'all know one of God's laws.
Right.
Y'all understand that? So give me y'all know what sin is according to the Bible? What's sin, Chad? What about you? You know what sin is? What's the definition of sin? Is sin a good thing or bad thing? Is that something we're supposed to be doing or not doing?
Not doing.
So okay. So if we know we're not supposed to sin, how the hell we know if we're sinning or not if we don't know what sin is?
Right.
That's a problem. So we're gonna read what sin is. And I'm gonna show you what sin did to us because I asked you earlier when we have the answer to why this happens to us. And I said, what? Yes. I'm going to show you that because we sin against God, God did this to us. Why? Because y'all got kids? So if y'all kids disobey them, what y'all do to them? What is called? Punish them. Punish them. We are God's kids. We're God's children. That's why he said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because we're not keeping his laws, we're destroyed as a nation. One of those laws is marriage. Marriage is one of God's laws for his people. How are we destroyed? Look at the black community without marriage. What do non-marriages create but you having sex? What did that create? What? Single parent households. That's destruction. Single parent household is destructive to any community. But it's at a high rate with us because God gave us that law to keep in our community. But our communities don't even promote marriage no more.
Right.
They don't even, what they promote? Being promiscuous, going out to sleep with different women. With black women, you don't need no nigga. They got songs about it. Don't trust no nigga. They got songs about it, but they don't have songs about empowering marriages. Like our foremothers did, like our forefathers did. That's why God said us as a nation, we are destroyed because we threw his laws to the back.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? What y'all got going on, that's of God. That's a strong marriage. That's what's needed in the community. Why? Because if you have a son and you leave, who gonna teach that boy how to be a man? She can't. She's emotional. God married that way. She don't know how men think. The pressure on the black man's mind. Vice versa. If y'all had daughters and you leave, how you gonna raise that daughter? You don't know how it feels when she got that first period. You're looking at it crazy. You're gonna panic like, oh my God, damn, I heard about this. I ain't know, you know what I'm saying? So it's not natural for us to lay down, have kids, and not be married. It's like that now because we're in the land of our enemies. We're learning that now, but we're gonna get that too. Let's see what sin is first though. Read this.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law. For sin is what? The transgression of the law.
God says breaking his laws is sin.
What is nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.